Hi friends, welcome to Fluid and Thermal Classroom. In this video, we are going to discuss about two topics. The first topic is comparison of reciprocating and rotary air compressor. The second topic is comparison of centrifugal and axial flow air compressor. So first let us compare a reciprocating and rotary air compressor. The first point. A reciprocating air compressor is used for supply of small quantity of air at high pressure, whereas a rotary air compressor is used for supply of large quantity of air at small or medium pressure. Second point. Reciprocating air compressor, generally it is a low speed machine, whereas a rotary air compressor is a high speed machine. Third point, in the case of a reciprocating air compressor, airflow is intermittent. This is expected because in one revolution, half of the revolution is suction stroke and half of the revolution is delivery stroke. So airflow is not continuous, or we can say airflow is intermittent. Whereas in the case of a rotary air compressor, during the entire revolution there is delivery of air. So air supply is continuous. Fourth point, for a given flow rate, size of the reciprocating air compressor is large. Whereas in the case of a rotary air compressor, size of the compressor is small, for the given flow rate. And fifth point, lubrication system is complicated in the case of a reciprocating air compressor. This is because we have sliding parts. Whereas in the case of a rotary air compressor, lubrication system is simple. Sixth point. In the case of a reciprocating air compressor, air comes in contact with the lubricating oil. Hence, the air delivered that may not be clean. But in the case of a rotary air compressor, air does not come in contact with lubrication oil. So hence, the air delivered is expected to be clean. Seventh point. In the case of a reciprocating air compressor, compression process is approximated to an isothermal process. Whereas in the case of a rotary air compressor, compression process is approximated to an isentropic process. Eighth point, a reciprocating air compressor is heavy in weight, whereas a rotary air compressor is light in weight. Ninth point, in the case of a reciprocating air compressor, as we have moving masses, there is balancing problem. But in the case of a rotary air compressor, there is no balancing problem. Next, let us compare a centrifugal air compressor with an axial flow air compressor. In the case of a centrifugal air compressor, airflow is perpendicular to the axis of the rotation. Whereas in the case of an axial flow air compressor, airflow is parallel to the axis of the rotation. Second point, a centrifugal air compressor unit is compact for a given pressure raise, whereas an axial flow air compressor unit is less compact for a given pressure rise. Third point, for a centrifugal air compressor, has less manufacturing and running cost, whereas in the case of axial flow air compressor, manufacturing cost and running costs are high. Fourth point, a centrifugal air compressor requires less starting torque, whereas an axial flow air compressor requires high starting torque. Fifth point, a centrifugal air compressor is simple in construction and cheap, whereas an axial flow air compressor construction is not simple since it contains several stages and also the price is so high. Sixth point, a centrifugal air compressor is not suitable for multi-staging, whereas an axial flow air compressor is suitable for multi-staging. Seventh point, in the case of a centrifugal air compressor, the flow enters axially, then flow moves radially outward. Now, seventh point, in the case of a centrifugal air compressor, flow enters axially, then flow takes place radially outward through the rotor. Whereas flow enters axially and flow takes place axially and flow leaves axially from the axial flow air compressor. So hence we can say in a centrifugal air compressor, there is a direction changes. But whereas in the case of an axial flow air compressor, there is no direction changes for the flow of air. 8th point. A centrifugal air compressor requires large frontal area for a given rate of flow, whereas an axial flow air compressor requires less frontal area for a given rate of flow. So hence, an axial flow air compressor is suitable for aircraft application. With this, I conclude the discussion on air compressor. And if you would like to know any other topic relevant to air compressor, please mention in the comment box below. I am happy to discuss that. And if you want to watch more videos on fluid and thermal related subjects, please subscribe this channel, press the bell icon, and if you like the video, please like and write your comments and share with your friends. Our next lecture series will be on heat transfer subject. Thank you for watching.